Assalamu alaikum, my friends. So we are now in the home run of week 3, where we start to prepare our home and we establish a routine so that we are also able to read the Quran. So, which means, we will have to have a very clean calendar and we establish a fixed time for our salah, especially the morning one. And then we step into Ramadan. So, we did week 1 of preparing your brain, then week 2, prepare your body, and now prepare your home. So we go from here to so I just wanted to remind ourselves that Quran has given us very clear guidance for Ramadan. And in this Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 185, Allah intends every facility for you. He does not want to put to difficulties, which means that he has already given us guidance through our prophet that if we do not hold on to grudges, we are actually going to have a very nice, easy Ramadan, and we will also not be getting angry, which is also not allowed when you are fasting. So why not practice from now itself to remove any grudges we may be holding towards anybody, even if they have wronged us? But we do not need to keep that poison in our heart because at the end of the day, it's affecting us. So we can just let it go and we can learn from the experience and know that things, whatever hurt you, it shouldn't we shouldn't do it to others so that others also shouldn't get hurt. And then number 2, we need to sleep so we can rest and repair. And the more repair we have in our body, the more ease we have in fasting. And also, Allah has guided us to do our suhoor. And that's what makes it easy. So we do not need to feel very brave that, oh, I don't need suhoor, because there is a blessing in suhoor. And it is said in certain hadith that angels come at the time of suhoor to bless us. So please make things happen so that you're not sleeping at the time of suhoor, but you're looking forward to waking up at suhoor and enjoying the suhoor time. So again, this verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, the Quran was revealed as a guide for humanity with clear proofs of guidance and the distinguishing standard, which means we need the fast. It's not that Allah needs the fast, but we need the fast. We need the focus and we need to be clean and lean. Because guess what? A lean body is a body that can save itself. So how do we keep ourselves lean and do not keep on adding things to ourselves that we become so heavy that we, if you see in the forest the animals that are lean and clean and that's how they run and save themselves. Same here, if we are clean and lean, we are able to move with more ease in life. So now let's see what are some of the guidance from Quran for food. So lots of foods have been mentioned in the Quran. So we need to make sure that we are eating those, in the 2 times that we can eat. So start eating them now, just dates and olive and pomegranates and grapes, banana, figs, and vegetables and herbs. God, Allah has asked us for cucumber, garlic, lentil, onion, and corn and palm trees. But the problem with corn and palm trees now in this modern world is that it's very difficult to find non-GMO corn and non-GMO palm. So exercise caution. Just because something says corn and palm on a package doesn't mean that you're really eating corn and palm. So we got to keep being mindful about what we're eating. Keep it fresh and not in packages because and buy from known sources. So that's why we need to start respecting our local sources, find out the farmers. This is a good time to explore who is growing food and how are they growing it and how can you access better food, and maybe how can you start growing something yourself as well, because how much can we depend on these corporate so to supply us food, because it's all about profit. So if they're making profits, then they're not giving us the nutrition. And so it's something to keep in mind, that the foods that are mentioned in the Quran, that we're actually getting to eat them in the form that um, actually nourishes us. So Quran also talks about minimalism, right? Do not act extravagantly. Surely He does not love the extravagant. So um, Allah has given a lot of respect to the farmer, to people who are growing the food. And we need to start doing that too, instead of trashing them as farmers and, uneducated, or they're dirty. So we need to change that mindset, because they are the ones supplying us food. So again, to follow the principles of minimalism, we need to keep simplifying and have less things binding us down in the house or in our life. So start decluttering. This is the week or the time. Just go and throw away all packaged foods, junk food, anything outdated. Keep your shelves clean. If it's too many things, we're really not able to find what we need, and then we end up buying some more. Give away some things that you haven't used in a long time. So you clean everything, and when you clean things out, you will feel so liberated, that you will not need to be attached to things. And that is the whole purpose, that attachment to things has to stop, and attachment to Allah and to love and to our family. All of that has to happen, but things take up so much of our life and our focus, that we are not able to, we're more things we have, more time you spend trying to keep them clean, or to protect them. And then there's more fear, how I'll lose my things. So think about that why do I have so many things? Do I really need all of this? What have I not used in a year, 2 years? Put it in a bag, give it away. There are lots of donation places. Someone else might actually need it. Maybe you've outgrown it, and maybe it's useful for someone else. Then the third principle to think about is fasting and feasting. So in Ramadan, it is encouraged to eat in community. However, when you are eating in community, then be mindful that you're not creating too much garbage that's going in the landfill, because we are also asked to take care of Earth. So all of these things make for a much better Ramadan than just a fast and eat. So feasting is everything that, the community coming together, and friends and food together on the table, and family. So keep it simple, but keep it joyful. And that'll make for a much healthier, cleaner, more blessed Ramadan. Again, I'm going to bring our attention back to hydration. Why? Because all the foods that are mentioned in the Quran that we're supposed to eat more of are about hydrating and detoxifying our body and cleaning us. And science has also proven that there are hidden messages in water, because the water has a crystalline form. And going back to our week one with calming our mind, the scientist has proven that when he put water in a cup and just added different messages, either dropped them in the glass of water or set it to water, then and analyzed the water, it looked different. So when he played a heavy metal song, then this is what the water structure looked like, which doesn't really look like it's going to hydrate us. So heavy metal is really dehydrating us. When he said a good, amazing grace, then look at how the water arranged itself. After chi of love was sent remotely by 500 people. So this water was placed here, and 500 people sitting somewhere else sent love to this water, and the water rearranged itself. So we do get remote messages, energy is relayed in that form. And when a message of the water, in the water, a message of you disgust me was kept in the water cup, then there's no structure left. So when we say bad things to ourselves or to others, then remember that we are really dehydrating ourselves and creating so much toxicity. If you said, you fool, this is what happened. When you said, thank you, this is what happened. So this scientist, he proved you're not sick, you're thirsty. Don't treat thirst with medication. So remember that water has to be in a structured form in order for it to get into our cells. And unfortunately, most of our filtered water or city water, or especially the bottled water, is not in that form. So this is not the time for me to talk about water in detail, but something to think about, that in what form are you drinking water? Okay, so again, we need the fast and we need the focus and we don't need grudges. So again, integrating three different principles that are being used by people in living in the farms, we can apply that to our lives, and arrange our life according to these three principles. If we take care of earth, if we take care of people, including ourselves, and if we eat or take only our fair share and do not hoard, that encapsulates everything, right? It just makes it so much easy to realize how to make our life vibrant. Do not add things to landfill, including those masks that you use. They're really of no use. You're creating more toxins, but you're also putting all of that in the landfill. So why are we using that? There is no point. And all the words that we're using that are really not making anyone do anything good, then don't use those words. Change your words and change your life, as I say. So now going back to what kind of a menu can you have at suhoor or at iftar. You can start eating those things now. So, I make all these things. So squash soup with yogurt and lots of warming spices. So you could create those recipes. You can have a salad bowl, fresh or steamed, any kind of, whatever fresh salads you're getting. We always soak chickpeas overnight and we just eat them in the morning raw, or you can boil them and eat them. You can make hummus out of them. So remember, the more you process things, um, the further away you're going from nature, but at least if they're fresh, they're better. And you can have a fruit bowl with dates, nuts, seeds. If you can eat yogurt, that's fine. Put some coconut on it. So that's one recipe. Another one is more of a savory kind. So quinoa or grain salad bowl with garlic and greens, or clear soup with root veggies in bone broth. So bone broth is my go-to. I always have bone broth at suhoor time because it really has got protein, collagen, and hydrating. So it really helps. You can have a sandwich with hummus if you eat cheese or yogurt or avocado, veggies, sprouts. And if you eat eggs, then make sure you're having it with a lot of vegetables and onions so that you're, not staying dehydrated, because eggs can be dehydrating. If you want to drink coffee, then here's one that I make for myself. I put other things. I roast pumpkins, or what's it called, sweet potato, and I add all of that, and a small carrot, and dates in it, and ginger and cocoa powder, cinnamon powder, and then I brew my coffee as usual, and then I just, sometimes I'll even add peanut butter to the coffee, or even a little bit of coconut oil in it, ginger, nutmeg, and I just blend it up, and that's a coffee. So it's a coffee, as well as, it's fresh and it's not from Starbucks or those places where we have no idea what is in their coffee. So try to use that. If try to do it now, and see how that goes. So a lot of success is based on planning. Plan now. select your recipes, have one or two or three, menus for suhoor so that you're not wondering. And you have to do it at night. So if to have a good suhoor, you need to make sure that everything is ready and you know exactly what you're going to pick up in the morning when you wake up. Or have something sitting outside also, if they can survive that. Declutter your kitchen now and you'll feel really good. You'll actually be prepared for Ramadan too. And protect your sleep by doing less things. Keep white space in your calendar so that you are repairing even now, like you have 4 or 5 days left, or but even during Ramadan, just keep yourself less busy, and that way you will be much more rested. And that's the secret of how to not have fatigue, is to rest. So the idea is that with this preparation, you're going to reduce your toxins, you're going to reduce dryness, which means you will also reduce aging. And then the result is then you will be energized and full of joy because you're eating foods that are recommended by Allah and they're in the Quran. You are cleaning up your body, you're cleaning up your home, and with less toxins, you will not have the sickness, you will not have the heavy weight. With less things in the house, you will have less to worry about. With less things on your calendar, you will have more time to rest and you'll breathe, and your brain will thank you. So the conclusion is hydration, calming your brain, no grudges, joy in your heart. So practice some meditations every day. Do some laughter yoga. I do laughter yoga every day. There is a group that happens every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which I think is, I don't know, 7:30 a.m. Indian time. And then so you keep your brain really needs all of that, constant cleaning up. It gets cluttered really fast. So, and it needs a lot of water as well. Then your body, you need to rest it, but you also need to exercise it and you need to put good food in it. So make sure you're moving. Even now, like right now, before Ramadan, you could do a little bit more of an activity, do some weights, do push-ups, do something to build your muscle. And then when you're preparing things, make sure they're not fatty and fried, that they're hydrating and they're made fresh, and you're making them feeling happy and you're prepared for them. And clean out your home so that you're ready to read the Quran, get the blessings, wake up at suhoor, and just you're ready then. You can't wait for Ramadan to come. Whereas most people are dreading it because they don't know how to deal with hunger, they don't know how to deal with headaches, and it just becomes the fasting and feasting business as opposed to the blessing and the grace that is coming from Ramadan. So for people in this group, you are going to be resting and relaxing in Ramadan, as opposed to everyone else who's going to be, oh my God, today's Ramadan, what's happening for suhoor? And that wouldn't be fun. That's not. So thank you. And if you want to customize your recipes, if you have questions, I would highly encourage you to book a call with me, write to me on my email, and that's the next level of having a very clean, lean, happy, joyful, blessed Ramadan, as well as, life after Ramadan. So I hope this was helpful for you, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Thank you very much.